Good morning, Senator Martin from Maine. It's Charlie Angus here in Canada. You know, when I heard that you'd sent out these mimeographed letters to elected legislators across Western Canada asking them to commit treason, to sell out their nation, to give up their sovereignty, I thought it was a joke, honestly. I mean, for one, nobody up here has ever heard of you, so I had to look you up, and I learned, oh, you represent Maine. That's that piece of ground that's below the beautiful provinces of New Brunswick and Quebec. Now, in saying that, I know I'm being a little mean to Maine, but heck, you guys voted for him, so I hope you don't mind if I put a little bit of shoulder into your chin. So I was thinking, okay, who is this guy? And what's his offer for getting people to sell out their country? So I looked up your letter, and what did you say? You said, well, the United States has the values of Western civilization. So is that the same Western civilization that elects a convicted felon, a sexual predator, a guy who brags about feeding people to alligators? Is that your Western civilization? You say that this is a nation under the Constitution. So is that the same Constitution that makes it possible for guys in masks to kidnap people off the streets? Or the president to send the National Guard against unarmed civilians in American cities? Is that your Constitution? Then, of course, you have to say that you're a nation under Christian values. You know, I like Jesus. I sure don't like this American guy called Jesus, because when I was hungry, you fed me. When I was homeless, you gave me a bed. And when I was in prison, you came and comforted me. And you haven't done any of that, have you, Senator? Because your idea of a Bible is some schlocky gold lame stick sold by your president along with his crypto memes. That's your values. So let me just give you a quick lesson in Canada. Number one, we believe in diversity, equity, and inclusion because our diversity makes us stronger. You talk about a melting pot. Yeah, well, shit floats, and we've seen that. You believe in the inalienable right of any moron in the United States to walk into a gun store and come out with an AR-15 in order to shoot up a school of children, to terrorize high school students, to shoot up a church, a synagogue, or a Walmart because you don't happen to like the Latino Americans who shop there. Well, in Canada, we believe in the inalienable right of a family to go to the emergency ward at the hospital and get their children treated without going bankrupt, because that's what a civilized nation does. We believe in democracy, where it's one person, one vote, where elections are not decided by dark money, by super PACs, and by the oligarchs. And you know, we don't get a lot of things right here, but we're working on it, because we believe at the end of the day that the economy shouldn't just favor the 1%. It should ensure that we have diversity of opportunity. Now, that's something you totally suck at, Senator, and I'm not being mean. I looked up Maine. You have like some of the worst job numbers in the United States. You have some of the lowest wages. I would think that a new senator would have spent his time making sure that we've got jobs where you are. But no, what you're doing is picking fights with a neighbor that you're dependent upon. Because the other thing I've noticed, Senator, is that the tourism dollars in Maine have collapsed. This is the worst year ever in Maine for tourism. And why is that? Because of idiots like you insulting our nation, insulting our people, belittling us. And you think we're going to come across the border and suck up to you? It ain't going to happen. So here's the thing, Senator. There are a million places that Canadians will go spend their money. And Maine isn't one of them, because they elected a moron like you. So we're going to do our part, Senator, to make sure that nobody spends money in Maine and nobody spends money in the United States of Donald Trump, as long as you are a nation that allows people to be kidnapped off the streets, as long as you are a nation that insults your neighbors and sucks up to gangsters like Vladimir Putin. Because in Canada, we are a nation of inclusion, a nation that's multicultural, a nation that supports linguistic duality, a nation that is based on the lands that we live on, which belong to the indigenous people, and we are all going to work that out together as a nation, because we respect each other. But we don't respect you, Senator, we don't respect MAGA, and we don't respect the criminal that you work for. In Canada, we will remain true, north, strong, and free, and we will always be that. Goodbye, Senator.